Uh, Hi folks. As some of you might know, I'm a TT agent, a volunteer for TT Combat. I got two-player star set for Dropfleet Commander, and I'm gonna show you what's inside it. You have the Scourge cruiser set and a single sprue of frigates. Frigates, you can make two of each. Frigates that you want. I recommend doing a strike cruiser, two strike cruisers, and the rest is up to you. Let me put these aside. The Scourge, you can make every one of the light to the heavy cruisers, because you don't need to double up on weapons. For the heavy cruisers, you get a crest, which functions as extra shots, but also as cloaking field. So a bit of the same for the UCM. Frigates, you can build two of each. I recommend, of course, again, the strike carriers for a star set, because strike carriers are what's going to be winning you games on the ground. And they're cruisers. You can make light and heavy cruisers from these, but the only downside is you'll need multiple of the main weapons to make their heavy cruisers. So you can see here, those are side armaments. This is the laser, the Cobra, and these are the main guns. Well, for all the standard cruisers and light cruisers, that's quite fine. But if you want to build the Moscow, which is one of the recommended builds, you need these times two. That's not a big deal, because you will be building, for instance, in San Francisco, a troop ship which drops troops, and therefore it won't be having the main guns. As for the laser, you won't. Not all your ships will be having lasers. So for it's quite fine, because what you do get is a very customizable ship. If you put magnets on, for instance, you can switch around quite easily. And the next thing in this box is the fast play sheet. Scourge one with the recommended builds, and on the back some general information, your orders, ground assets, but also what happens when you do crippling damage, and when your ship blows up. The UCM ones are in a new format. These fit easier into the boxes of the cruisers and frigates because you can add those separately, as is this table, quick play sheet, which has the same information as the back of the Scourge one. Then the rulebook, nice and hefty, hasn't changed much since the Kickstarter. It does make for easy storage. You can buy this separately if you, for instance, don't want the UCM or the Scourge. You can just buy this book, because in the back you'll find the tokens you'll need on 2 pages, which you can also download on TT Combat website. But if you buy this box, you get cardboard pushouts for clusters where you put your sectors in, where you'll be fighting over debris fields, to act as terrain, and tokens, and for your forces on the ground, but also damage effect to your ships and the various sectors you will be fighting over. These are also new compared to the earlier 2-player set. They are made of hard cardboard, but just fine paper, which you need to use a pair of scissors to cut them out. These are your strategy cards. You also get your first mission with the phases described behind, and sheets to mark your ships with, one for the Scourge and one for the UCM, and a map to play on. Let's see. Well, flight stands and the widgets, set of dice, a tape measure. Yeah, it's quite nice. What's in the box? It's good to see the small upgrades they've been doing. I'll be building not everything from the box, the recommended build. I'll be doing the Moscow, and I'll be doing the strike carriers for the UCM, and I'll be doing the I'll be adding Lima instead of Toulon, and I'll try to rate my bits box for an extra strike carrier. For the Scourge, I'll be doing something similar. I'll be making 2 light cruisers. First, with the reference set, the big difference is their point defense. They'll have lowered point defense, but I can take 2. And I'll be taking the Shenlong as the recommended heavy cruiser. Again, I'll take 2 strike carriers, but unlike the UCM, I will be adding bombardment ships in there instead of one of a scanning vessel or close action vessel. So just to mix it up. You get to vote on what color schemes I'm going to be using. So let's hear it in the comments, and looking forward to reading them.